Hello everybody and welcome to the 14th episode of the Kcca Fc Tv show, and in this particular one we have the big news for the week. That is the 9th signing for Kcca Fc. In this particular window we are going to be getting to know who this player is and what the gaffer thinks of the player joining Kcca Fc. We have the guest on the show tonight is the former captain for the under-17 and the under-20 Uganda Cranes. He's also one of the assistant captains for Kcca Fc. We will be getting to know who the player is and how his lockdown has been. We also have the social media trivia. Did we have winners unlike last week? On the show tonight, we're going to be getting to know that and much more on the show tonight. My name is Magero Moses Mwanje. Let's walk this journey together. Now to start it off with the club news coming in from Kcca Fc in this particular week. On 3rd September, that is Thursday this week, our Vice Chairman, Mr. Agra Shawa, paid a courtesy visit to His Excellency, Mr. Jules Amand, the France ambassador to Uganda, and very many things were talked about, especially things that can benefit the game on football, things like partnerships, possible future exchange programs from Uganda, that is technical team, management, everybody from the football club and benefiting from the France community. Will be having an extensive interview with Mr. Jules Amand, that is the ambassador for France in Uganda, where we'll be talking about more of how Kcca Fc and football can benefit from all these kinds of opportunities. Still talking about the club news from Kcca Fc, this week the club issued a press release that talked about the CAF 2017 and CAF 2018 prize money, and this one says Kcca Fc would like to make a clarification on stories that have been circulating in the press in relation to the unpaid CAF bonuses for 2017 and 2018. Kcca Fc would like to explain the bonus situation as follows. 1. Kcca Fc received 50% of the prize money for 2017 and 2018, and thereafter the club paid 50% of the promised bonus to the technical team, that is the players and coaches. 2. Kcca Fc incurred penalties and other TV production costs relating to the CAF Confederation Cup competition 2017. This led to CAF withholding the final payment, which was due to the club. The club further engaged with the technical team, coaches and players about the status of these unpaid bonuses for 2017. 3. Kcca Fc paid TV production costs for the CAF Champions League 2018. However, CAF further deducted the same costs from the balance of the prize money that was expected. 4. CAF further deducted TV production costs for a quarter-final fixture despite the club not making it out of the group stages in the CAF Champions League of 2018. 5. CAF further went ahead and deducted costs relating to the 2017 Confederation Cup tournament from the CAF prize money for 2018, which had already been deducted as explained in number 2 above. 6. Kcca Fc disputed the repeated deductions by CAF and formally complained to CAF through FIFA between 2018 and 2019. 7. Kcca Fc is still engaging CAF through FIFA over these irregular deductions of the 2018 CAF prize money. And lastly, 8. Kcca Fc is also aware of its obligation and will continuously engage CAF through FIFA to find a lasting solution to this situation. That is as regards to the CAF 2017 and CAF 2018 prize money. Still talking about the club news from Kcca Fc, this week the club officially released Muzamiri Mutiaba, who has been donning shirt number 10 at Kcca Fc. He's been a player for Kcca Fc for 6 seasons and he's been the longest serving player for that squad. And just to give you a small things that Muzamiri Mutiaba has done for Kcca Fc, he was part of that squad that took Kcca Fc to CAF Confederation group stages in 2017, still part of that squad that took the club to the group stages for the CAF Champions League in 2018, won for the club the second ever Kcca Clubs Cup in Rwanda last year, and very many other trophies, the Uganda Premier League titles, Uganda Cup, the Super Cups, and very many things he has really achieved for the club. During his stint at the club, he was also voted as the UPL Player of the Year. And we thank him very much for everything he has done for the club and wish him all the best for the future. Now for this week's social media trivia, we asked a very easy question that said Masaka SS is one of our schools of excellence. Name 6 of our players playing for the junior and senior team currently studying at the school. A jersey was up for grabs for the winner, and this was to be won on the Kcca Fc Tv show on Sunday at 10 p.m. on Sanyuka TV. We'll start with Twitter, and the respondents this time we have Professor Sekago Arnold, who says Otim Jerome, Sam Senyonjo, Sunday Opio, Mwanje Elvis, Dominic Aira, and Jurua Francis. Unfortunately, Jurua Francis is no longer a player at Kcca Fc, and also he has never played for Masaka SS. At Herbert Chiwendo says Sunday Opio, Sam Senyonjo, Otim Jerome, Mwanje Elvis, Kafumbe Joseph, and Mawa Oscar. Unfortunately, Kafumbe Joseph is not a player at Masaka SS because he plays for Budo SS, and Mawa Oscar is also not a player at Masaka SS. Finally, at Prince K. Fahad 75 says Nana Swaib, Karim Alonso, Bamwini Adams, David Gombe, Little M, and Sechanzi Richards. Well, all these are not even Kcca Fc players. So unfortunately on Twitter, we have no winner still for the second week on the bounce for the social media trivia. Now for Facebook, we'll start with Ndaula Lameka, who says Opio Sande, Sam Senyonjo, and Dominic Aira. He mentioned 3 and we wanted 6. Well, all the 3 are correct, but he fails the question because we wanted 6. Then Lawrence E. Monique says Opio Sande, Dominic Aira, Sam Senyonjo, and Serada. Steven Serada is a player at Chitende and is not a player at Masaka SS. Still, Lawrence mentions 4 and we wanted 6, and he has already failed 1. Miro Rashad says Otim Jerome, Sam Senyonjo, Sande Opio, Mwanje Elvis, Dominic Aira, and Jurua Francis. Unfortunately, still, for Facebook, we had no winner. This one says Jurua Francis. Jurua Francis, like we mentioned for Twitter, is not a player at Kcca Fc anymore. He was once a captain for the junior team and moved on. And he also, during his playing days, was not a player at Masaka SS. So, for the second week on the bounce, we have no winner for the social media trivia. Maybe we'll start asking hard questions because the people cannot reply and win when we ask the easy questions. But that has been it for the social media trivia for this week. Now for the fan zone this week, we caught up with the fans and asked them what exactly they think of the club's philosophy of promoting players from the junior side to the senior side, and also asked them what they think of the teenager, Mr. Dominic Aira, who crossed from the junior side of Kcca Fc now to the senior side, and was unveiled on this show last week. This is what the fans said when we caught up with them.
My name's Kcca David Livingstone, a Kcca fan based in Mukono. I've been a supporter of Kcca since my childhood.
Amanya gange nze Sande Manala, omwogezi wa Kcca Football Club.
Amanya gange nze Iga Rogers, mvana masuba ndi muwagizi wa Kcca FC.
Amanya gange nze Ezera Mwangalule, ndi mutuuze w'ekisoga Mukono Mukyagwe, abasinga gwamanyinga Ezera Grassmat omusuubuzi. Ndi muwagizi wa Kcca lukulwe atakyuka okumala ebbanga lyonna lyonna.
Kcca is a great team. That is, it has been promoting junior players, and one of the reasons as to why we should embrace this program of the coaching staff. First of all, it has promoted talents and it has developed talents. The talents, they have done it in such a way that it has helped the younger ones, and at the same time promoting the objectives and the goals of the club.
Tiimu yaffe eringanga tiimu eyimiridde ku baana abato. Era boogerera ddala tiimu abasambi betuze tufuna nga tubakozesa abasomesa bamanyewo ekyokukola ku baana abato. Abantu ne banyumirwa omupiira, twasooka ne tugamba nti kochi waffe Mutebi aleesa abaana abato, lwaki tetugula abasambi abakulu. ne ku ssaawa envanyuma ffe tusinza okufunamu okusinga ye kye yatulowooleza ffe tukitegedde luvannyuma nti kyekirungi.
Kcca FC ensonga ezimu lwaki nze ngiwagidde ebbanga lyonna etambulidde nnyo ku mulamwa gw'okuzimba omupiira, era n'akatono ennyo we tuseereddemu ne tuva ku baana tetusobodde kukola bulungi. Naye okuva lwe twaddamu okuzimba abaana abato okuva wansi nga baagala Kcca FC tufunyeemu nnyo tutya nti ebikopo tubiwangudde, ssente tuzifunye, ttiimu efunye tutumu, nti omwana asobola okuvelira nga mwana muto najja n'akubira Kcca FC, aberira ne bamulaba, kiraabu ne bajagala, mwana n'avaaluwa, ttiimu ne bajagala.
Mutebi ono akoze omulimu munene nnyo ogutajja kuzzibwawo ne wana bakooki mulala ba tulibawo tetulibaawo, naye mulimu gwa Mutebi tegenda kuddawo. Okusookera ddala apolomootinze nnyo abaana abato mbalabyeko wano ba Mustafa bazze bato, wano ba Kyayi, ba Naku, kati wuno atukubyeko omuvumulo y'omwana gwe bayita Yera, omwana muto nnyo tumutaddeko amaaso. Ffe nga Kcca tulina ennono yaffe, buli mwaka tuba ne kye tugenda nakyo ne tugamba nti gundi ono yatuusizza ku kibala, gundi ono yatuusizza ku kibala. So tulina essuubi ddene nnyo nti abaana Mutebi baleese omwaka guno bagenda kututuusa ku kibala. Nolwekyo tumwebaza byonna byatukoledde ne bakooki banne bonna. Tetujja kutunulira Mutebi yekka, wabula ne bakooki abamuli wansi babyekwaso n'abalala bonna batuyambye kinene nnyo, batwagazza omupiira.
We need to embrace the reasons as to why our coach, Omulangira Mutebi, has done a lot to see it that promoting young players can help our team, our club, to ascertain its goals in future. For instance, when look at the way they promoted Mustafa has been so significant to the extent that it's now has been sold to one of the giant clubs in America, and this has helped the club to secure some funds, which funds have helped our club to move on.
Ati waliwo omusambi gwe twafunye gwe bapromotinze okuva mu academy okujja mu club ennene, Dominic Ayera, oyo matabuta atannamulabako, alabye ennaku. Mwangwe mujje mumulabe, ali versatile, ateeba amagoolo, asamba buli namba ez'omu maaso, midfield ne striking. Musambi mulungi nnyo muto, yavuddeyo Masaka, yazze mu club era tumusuubiramu bingi. Bw'aneegatta ku bana abalala abaliwo abalungi ajja kusamba omupiira mungi nnyo, era Ayera tumwinamu essuubi.
Nti olwaleero tulina omwana gwe bayita Lamanzani Musa. Omwana yakuba mu junior team n'abeera kapiteeni, n'ajja n'atuuka ku senior team. Naye olaba omutima gwakozesa n'olunaku lwe yafuna red card nga tusamba express, obulumi bwe yafuna kikulaga nti ttiimu ajagala kubanga gyakuliddemu buli kimu akirabidde mu Kcca. Saate abasambi bano abakulu kituufu tubeetaaga, naye omutima gw'aba nagwo mu kiraabu teguyinza kwenkanana gwa mwana ono akulidde mu kiraabu.
Young talents are good in such a way that they are fresh in minds. Once they do this, they cannot cause division within the club. And I think that is why our coach, under the headship of our coaching staff, under the headship of Omulangira Mutebi, has helped so much to develop the talents in such a way that by promoting these talents, again it helps out these younger ones who are upcoming. At the same time, also these ones who are also in the club to benefit, and also others to emulate to bring the success of the club.
Jukira ate ekirungi ennyo ekiri mu Kcca nti omwana asamba omupiira ate tebamulemesa kusoma. Nti olumu twaliko mu bulumi nga twagala alanyokera abe mu ttiimu. Naye olw'okuba nti kooki waffe ate ayagaliza nnyo abaana baffe basome, tasobola kumugaana kusoma nti olw'okuba tulina maaki. Omwana abeerayo ku ssomero n'asoma. So ekyo nakyo kituyambye nnyo. Basambi baffe kitegeeza bakula bali profession.
Well, you've heard it from the fans. That's what exactly they think of the club's philosophy of promoting players from the junior side to the senior side. We're going to be going into a break, and when we return, we have a guest on this show. He's the former captain for the under-17 national team, also the former captain for the under-20 Uganda national team, and also one of the assistant captains at Kcca Fc. And later on in the show, we have the 9th unveiling for Kcca Fc in this particular window. Who is this player? Everything after this break. Now welcome back from that break, and just like we told you, we have a guest in studio for this one, and he's the former captain for the under-17 and under-20 Uganda Cranes. He's also one of the assistant captains for the Kcca Fc team. We're going to be getting to know more about his football journey and how he has spent this lockdown. Sir.
Hello viewers, by the name's Gift Ali Abubakar, Kcca Fc midfielder.
Now Gift, I should start by commending you. Look fresh and quite good. How has the lockdown been?
Lockdown has been okay for me, surrounded by family. I'm very healthy. We had the programs from the coaches to keep fit and everything. So yeah, I'm not complaining. Can't wait to get started.
Now it's been 2 years at the football club, right?
Oh yes.
How has the experience been from Pro Line now to Kcca Fc? How has it been like?
Amazing, I should say. From Pro Line to Kcca, I didn't move far away, same environment almost, but yeah, I like it at Kcca more.
We'll go back now a little bit behind your footballing career. Most of the people know you from KKL, then under-17, under-20. You kept on building at Police, Pro Line. Just to take you back to the KKL days, tell us about those days. A lot of players you played with, some are still playing football, some are not playing football. You're still playing football for a team like Kcca Fc. Tell us about those days, your development days.
Like a young kid, all we did was enjoy, have fun with the ball and all that. And also traveling abroad and winning the trophies, Gothia, Tivoli Cup. I think that was a moment most of us thought, yeah, we could do this not just for fun, but professionally. So being here today gives us the courage that it is not yet over. The dream is still on, and I am happy that KKL is or was a part of my development. Yes.
Wow. Now, Gift, just to speak about still KKL, not all those players from that generation are still playing football. Even those who are still playing football and had a lot of promise have not really given us that promise probably we had or we saw in them. What do you think has really affected some of those careers, and why are some of you still playing at the top?
I cannot talk for the others. I will talk on my behalf. I think as a player, if you have followed me quite well, been disturbed by injuries here and there. I think injuries have been a main reason as to why maybe some of the players haven't made it up there, but still a big number of us are still actively playing. The numbers are endless. There are very many players who were part of KKL, and I think we can still do more.
Okay. Speaking about injuries, you had an injury-free season, flawless, I should say, from the Ccafa until when the league was cut short because of the pandemic. What was the reason behind that?
First of all, I want to tell you that injuries are a big part of this game. For a footballer, you cannot run away from them. However, how do you get back? While here at Kcca, I am so lucky that I'm working with very good physiotherapists, the team doctors, the technical team. I think they've been very helpful in my recovery, and also there has been a bit of change in my lifestyle, what I eat, how I rest. I think partly it has paid off. That is why I've had a wonderful season. I am looking forward to having more injury-free seasons.
Well, the key point in your submission is lifestyle. I think the players out there have coped that from you. But just to speak about last season, you were arguably the club's best player, I should say. I think you also know this. You had a very good season. You impacted the club straight from the Ccafa Championship and all through Super Cup, the league, CAF. I mean, what is your story behind having a very good season? Just like we saw from you, everyone was saying Gibbs should be on the national team. Just give us that.
From the Ccafa, right from pre-season, I think we sat down with the people involved, the coaches, the doctors, and everyone. Also, as a player, I set myself a target. That was simple. I said I wanted to play all the games, and the house, the coaches helped me, the doctors helped me. I think also I had this hunger in me, the drive. I wanted to do more. I wanted to give back, you know, because the club was there for me, you know, when I was down. So it was up to me to pay back. So the only way I could do it was to play, and I worked hard. And also I think family helped a lot. My wife especially, she was really helpful. She made sure I had the rest I needed. She made sure I ate right. So everyone around me has really been very important. Even the players themselves, they pushed. You know, I'm surrounded by very many good players. So that also made it easy for me. So I cannot take all the credit. The players also made sure I looked good and sharp on the pitch.
Oh, if there's any player watching this show, I'm quite sure there are very many. You've heard it from Gift. He says the wife was very key in his lifestyle. Maybe you need to just get away and probably be like Gift. But now Gift, speaking about still last season, towards the end of, Feb, should I say Feb, January? Yes. There was the national team was summoned. You were not part of that team. Very many people thought, I inclusive, thought you would have been part of that team, but well, you're not. As a very positive player, you kept your cool, kept pushing for the club and giving the club 100%. How did you, feel about the situation, and how were you able to probably recover, I should say? Were you affected in any way?
Partly, yes. You know, when you're playing well, when you feel you're working hard. Look, for us here, for any Ugandan player, the reward is a national team call-up. When I failed to make the team, yes, I was disappointed a bit, but I'm still a football player. I am still playing. So maybe I did not do certain things right. Maybe the coaches thought otherwise. But the players they called at the time were equally good. Some are my friends, some I play with. So I wish them luck. I still do. And I believe the door is still open. I still believe I will right the wrongs. And who knows? I will be there. And I do not just want to go to the national team. Just go because you played well. Go and then come back. No. I want to go there and play. Not for a year or two. I want to be a mainstay. So for me to achieve that, I think I really need to work hard. And there is no shortcut to that, I believe.
Without a doubt, former captain under 17 and former captain under 20. You've been through the ranks, I think. You're in the right team, I think, to get you back to the national team. But we'll still talk about The signings for the football club this particular transfer window, the club has signed so far 8 players, and there's some players you've already played with when you were growing up. I would mention maybe Iguma Dennis and Mazengo, Stefano Loro, the Italian. Are you excited playing with them again, and how was your days when you played with them back then?
Oh yes, Dennis Guma, fantastic player. Mazengo, great player. I am very excited to work with them again. The memories are back again, and I feel this is going to be a great season for me, because even last season, I think KKL, playing in the KKL, now Kcca, and being surrounded by almost the same faces, I feel great. I think this is going to be one of the best seasons for me and for the team.
Okay. Gift, almost each player I've had as a guest in this studio says you're the easiest player to relate with at the club. Why do you think so? Because I had Kezron here, I had Musa here, I had Kato seated where you seated, and they say you're the easiest player to relate with at the club. Do you think, what is the beauty behind the bond you have with the players? Everyone says you. I asked them who is your best friend, and they say Gift Ali is the easiest to relate with.
I think I get along with so many people easily. It is just in me, but I don't know why. But I think they are good friends as well. So it is easy to relate with each and everyone at the club, because every player has a quality that, as a player, I want to learn from each and every one of them. Even the youngsters like Seruada, I think there is a thing or two I can pick from him. So I think the reason is I am humble, and that maybe that is why it's easy for them to approach me. So,
how is the relationship with Coach Mike? You're one of his assistant captains, but I just want to know, how is the relationship with him? Very many things have been said, but I want to get it from the horse's mouth.
I am so lucky to have been coached by some of the best. I'm lucky I've worked under very many coaches, and Coach Mike happens to be one of the best. In terms of relationship, mine and the coach is the best, I think.
A very good marriage, we should say.
Yes.
Well, but because very many people have chosen you being their best friend, who is your best friend at the club?
My best
Please
friend.
don't say everyone. One.
I think the right question would be, who is my closest?
Okay.
Because if it is the best,
we know you've played with many. You've been with Kezron back in school.
Yeah.
And other people, but who is the closest?
I am closest with the retired Sulaiman Mike Mutiava.
Why?
I've known him since I was a boy, and he has been my senior, and we have kept in touch for all that time. And while here at the club, he was my first coach actually. Before approaching the coaches, he was my first coach. He would tell me, this was wrong, that was right, continue with this, continue with that. So yeah.
Now, going into the 2020 season, Kcca has signed a couple of players, very good blend of youth and a blend of experience. And how do you see the competition in the squad? Winding up, how do you see the competition in the squad? Because there are very many good players in almost the same positions. And also, what are your goals as a player going into this season, 2020, 2021, as you wind up?
The competition has always been there. There's always been great players, but now I think there is even more competition, especially in my position. We are 3 or 4 equally good players, talented. But I think it is for the best of a team and a player. The competition will make us better, and I think it will get the best out of me.
Wow, that has been Gift Ali, former captain under 17, former captain under 20, that is for the Uganda national team. Currently one of the assistant captains, that is for Kcca FC, very positive player experience. He's played at all levels, straight from his childhood, and right where he is right now, he has big plans going into the 2020-2021 season, arguably the best player for Kcca Fc last season, and you get to think he's going to add a lot to this football club. We're going to be going to a break, and when we return, we have the big news for the week, the 9th unveiling. That is the 9th player Kcca is signing during this particular transfer window. Who is this player? What did the gaffer say about this player? And also his player profile. But before we go into the break, we're going to be leaving you with the quote of the week from one of the people that we have signed so far, that is Ayala Dominic.
What the fans should expect out of me, always the smiling face. What I will be doing will be incredibly good. So the club, the fans should always expect smiling face, scoring unknown goal from unknown side. You don't expect, you just be looking at their phone, you find the ball in the net. So should be smiling face on.
Now welcome back from the break, and just like we told you, we have the big news in this week, and it's going to happen in this particular segment. That is the 9th unveiling for Kcca Fc in this particular window. We're going to be getting to know what this player said in his first interview, how his unveiling was, what the gaffer thinks of this player. But first, the wait is over. This is what happened when Kcca Fc was getting signing number 9. Wow, wow, wow. Big player, that one. I think everyone really sided with me in this one. Big player. But who is Balinya Juma? Balinya Juma's nickname is JB18. His date of birth is 19th March 1997, 23 years of age. His height is 6 feet, weight 76 kilograms. His best position is attacking midfield, but he can also play as a forward. Strong foot is the right leg, strong hand being the right hand, and his favorite shirt number is shirt number 18. Some of his attributes: he scores goals for fun, he creates assists, he's good at dribbling, he shoots with both feet, that is the left and the right leg, and he has got inch perfect passing. His social media: Balinya Juma is on Facebook as Balinya Juma. His education background: he joined Mbogo Primary School, that was from P1 to P7. He later joined Old Kampala SS, that is one of our schools of excellence, for his O-level from Senior 1 to Senior 4. And then later on, he went to St. Mary's SS Chitende for his A-level, Senior 5 to Senior 6. His football career: some of the clubs Juma Balinya has played for: he's been at Kampala Kids League, that is KKLY. He was the captain during his playing time there. He's played for Vipers Sports Club before. He's played for Lueza Football Club, Police Football Club, Young Africa, that is in Tanzania, for the 2019-2020 season. He played for Gor Mahia Football Club, where he was crowned also part of the champions for the 2019-2020 season. And right now, Juma Balinya joins Kcca Fc as his latest signing. Now for the Uganda national team, he has played 3 games for the senior national team, and in that is the Kcca Challenge Cup, which was in South Africa, and he had an assist in this one. If you remember that goal scored by Dan Muzeyi in one of the games, he's the one that provided the assist, Mr. Juma Balinya. Now for his career goals, Juma Balinya scored 4 goals while still a player at Vipers SC. He scored 6 goals while he was still playing at Lueza Football Club. He scored 21 goals and he was the top scorer during his time at Police Football Club, that is for the 2018-2019 season, before he moved on to Young Africa in Tanzania, where he scored 2 goals. Later on, he joined Gor Mahia, and he also scored 2 goals for Gor Mahia Football Club, and he was also crowned a champion because Gor Mahia were crowned champions for the Kenya Premier League, and that's Mr. Juma Balinya's career goals. For his achievements and honors, he won 40 Volley Cups, that is for KKL. He won 4 Gothia Cups, that is still for KKL. He won 1 Oslo Cup, still for KKL. He's an East African champion, that is with St. Mary's SS Chitende. He's also won the Uganda Premier League top scorer gong for the 2019, where he scored 21 goals for Police Football Club. And he also has a winner's medal for the Kenyan Premier League, where he won with Gor Mahia for the 2019-2020 season. And that is Mr. Balinya Juma. But first, this is what happened when we caught up with Balinya Juma for his first interview, and also the gaffer, Mike Mutebi, what exactly he thinks of this player.
Of course, I feel good because Kcca is the best club in Uganda, and every player would wish to play for them. So I feel happy. Yeah, as a player, I always look forward to playing good. So I'm working hard to see the player that won the Golden Boot, as you've said. I want to work hard for that again, and I can achieve it here at Kcca because they have a very good platform. Yeah. I can see one of the most thing that made me like to make that decision to come to Kcca is Kcca is the most professional club in Uganda. So when I looked at that, and I still want to be a professional player, so I saw Kcca as a very big stepping stone to achieve that. So I think it's the professionalism in Kcca that entices me to come here. Yeah, I'm always ready for competition because you know, in football, without competition, you cannot move from one step to another. So I know there are so many good players. I know all of them. They are good players, but I always look at myself as the best player. So I welcome the competition, and I think I'll work hard to be that. You know, if you want to be the best, you have to work hard. So there are so many good players, but I have to work hard. Like individually, my first goal is to be the top scorer again. That's the first one. And then I think if I achieve that, I think even the club can benefit more from my goals. So being the top scorer is my first achievement, and then winning the trophies with the club. The fans should expect to see a creative and a goal-scoring Juma Balinya, as they know me. I will work hard. You know, I just can't say I'll be a top scorer. I just can't say I'll be creating goals. I'll work hard for that to make them happy. So they should expect to see that from me.
Unfinished business, really. A generation that promised so much, but they have not yet lived to what the people expected of them. But I believe with the organization we have here, maybe back then they were disorganized, no people, they did not listen. They're not being guided. Young kids being confused. But here, with the organization we have, the people around there, my technical coaches who actually know their genesis well, I'm sure they're going to produce what we expected of them. And it is also exciting for the public to see, because it's not only Mike, but the public knew so much about these players, you know, but they've always been blowing hot and cold. So if he's scoring goals, it's good enough. In the modern game, if you're an attacking midfielder, one of the responsibilities is to score goals. And even when he was police, he was not a center forward anyway. He was a midfielder. So, but the whole picture is we want to improve these players. They also improve themselves. They work very hard. Okay, so they are still young. They still have at least 5 good years of playing football, and they can make a difference in those 5 years. You know what? You saw what happened to Serunguma Geoffrey. When he came here, the year he spent here rejuvenated his career and went on to try to achieve what he had not achieved back then. See? So Juma comes here to help the club win, because here it's winning. And I think even the clubs he's been in have been winning teams. I think Simba, Yanga. So this business of having playing for teams who are just competitors, we come here to try to win, champion, you know, and certainly added responsibility, because everybody knows, you bring in Balinya to make this team, the squad, strong, and there's something he's going to give to this team. He's going to play in the midfield. Simple. Where he's going to compete with the Ashraf Mugumez, with the Kcca, with the Serwada, you know. So, midfield. We hope, like I said, as a scoring attacking midfielder, it will also help the 2 front men. Because if we can get 10 from Anaku, 10 from Brian Ahewa, 10 from Senyonjo, 10 from whatever. So if we can have 10 from the forwards, and then you have about 8 from these attacking midfielders, I think it will add more to our goal scoring chances. And indeed, we have been the top scorers since 2015. We have been top scorers, but we need to score more goals. We need 100 goals. We've been scoring 69. We can up it, okay? But also that comes with the players being consistent and playing.
Well, guys, you've heard it from the gaffer himself, that is Mike Mutebi, what exactly he thinks of the newest signing at Kcca Fc, that is Mr. Juma Balinya, and also what Juma Balinya thinks of joining Kcca Fc, what exactly he brings to the party. And not to forget, he's also a former player, that is for KKL, where he was the captain, and also former top scorer for the Star Times Uganda Premier League for Police Football Club in the 2018-2019 season. Big fish Kcca has caught for this one, and we expect a lot of stuff from this player. And not to forget, for this particular show, we had a guest in studio, that is Mr. Gift Ali Abubeka, one of the captains for Kcca Fc, an assistant captain, and also former captain for the under-17 and the under-20 Uganda Cranes. We had the fan zone where fans gave their views on the youngsters the club's philosophy of getting players from the junior side to the senior side. We had the social media trivia where we had no winners for the second week on the bounce. There must be something. The Kcca fans seem to want the hard questions because they cannot pass the easy questions. And then also we had the big news for the week, that is the unveiling for Juma Balinya, the 9th signing to join Kcca FC in this particular window. Plenty of stuff to happen on this show in the coming week. We might just have another signing. Guess who? I don't want to guess for you, but that's something for you. Food for thought. That has been it for this show. Magero Moses Mwanje is my name. Good night.